everybody, and welcome to episode 69.
Ooh,
I had to give the dramatic pause because I figured you were going to come in with something. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my best friend in all the land, Toby Thornton. What's up, Toby?
it's good to see you, Bobby. You're looking like a bald eagle today.
I know, man. I just shaved. I just shaved a little bit ago, so I'm looking ripe.
Yeah.
So, I gotta apologize. I am a little. People don't realize this, but I'm a couple minutes late. I got tied up. You changed. Well, we have daylight savings in the UK.
Yeah, so our clocks went back an hour like a week ago, but yours hasn't gone back yet.
Yeah, ours go back to tonight into tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But I was watching Extra Life with the Warp Whistle podcast and like the Nintendo dads, and I was jumping around watching all these different things, all these live streams and stuff, and Phoenix Overdrive Group is going to be doing one, and so I just want to, not that anybody by the time you're listening she could watch it and stuff, but I feel left out in all this because I really thought that I would be working this weekend. I know last year I was, and that's why I kind of like when people brought up, I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I think next year we need to do something. I think next year we need to make a concerted effort to pull something together, whether it be, just pull people from the Nintendo Guru group all together and have, I mean, you could technically start to stream 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Play for 5-6 hours or whatever. I could jump on, take over, run it for a while, and then we could have Capri on the West Coast grab it and run the rest of the time and stuff. But we could really make it something cool and fun. We got to look into it.
I think that would be cool.
We got to look into it next year and really dive into this and stuff. But regardless, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs. Toby, first off, hold on.
Yes.
Where were you at today?
What do you mean?
Your hair is all perfectly coiffed, and you're wearing this.
I've had a shave. I've washed my hair. I've got a nice jumper on. I'm looking smart for you, Bobby.
What happened, man? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
You never looked this good. This is impressive.
And the lighting's better because I put a blanket over the window.
Well, probably too. It's like later in the day for you, right?
Yeah, it's 2:00.
Yeah. What's the what do I owe this occasion for? What do I owe this honor of you looking this good?
Well, I don't know, Bobby. Maybe I'm just upping my game.
That's not true. We know that's not true. You don't have no game. That's number one. But
burn.
Game over. But you.
I think I need a Gaviscon. Jesus.
All right, what are you geeking out about, Toby?
Right. So about a year ago now, I purchased from First Four Figurines the Landy Shenmue figure.
Yeah.
And it's a pre-order, and it was supposed to come out in like January or February of this year, but it got delayed. Mm-hmm. But the other day, I got an email saying that they finished making the figures, and they're ready to go out in December.
Oh!
So I'm excited. Hopefully within the next 4 months, it will arrive. I don't know how long it will take to get here, but that's like, yeah. So I'm excited about that.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not excited about them taking the money for it.
Well, that's the problem right there. Like it's all well and good until the money's got to come out. Then it's like
like right before Christmas, they're gonna take like £200 odd.
That hurts. That stings a little, but whatever. At the end of the day, you'll have that baby sitting back there behind.
Oh yeah, man! Screen. And it's the exclusive one as well. I think they only sold like 20 something of them, so it's super rare.
Yeah, that's even more. I'm glad you stuck with it because I know at one point you were talking about canceling it. And,
yeah, man.
And we actually went back and forth talking about it, and I thought you actually canceled it. I didn't realize you didn't. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm torn. I got two kind of geek outs, and I'm not sure which way to go here with these. So I'm just gonna basically go over both of them because whatever. So the first one was I thought I was out, and then now I'm back in with the amiibo.
Oh yeah, I saw your photo on Facebook.
Man, I bought the whole Mario Party line yesterday. And
crazy.
I know, but dude, they are so nice. They are so So nice.
You know what? I want Boo and I want Waluigi because they're not.
I think you should get. If this is me speaking to you.
Mm.
If I was in your shoes, this is what I would buy. I would buy Daisy. I would buy Waluigi, and I would buy Boo. I would also buy Wario. I feel like Wario, although
see the
even
Wario,
Donkey Kong is good too, but Wario he's a different outfit.
Because it's the other one's Smash, isn't it?
The other one's Smash, and this is classic old school Wario,
Nice.
and he's big, bulky, like he's heavy. There's some weight to him. He's really, really nice. I also I'll be honest with you, I really like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong too, because Diddy Kong is also sitting on top of a barrel.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong's flexing, and but this is the third Donkey Kong that's come out, or second one, right? Well, because I'm thinking about the Skylanders one that came out.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
But I like this Donkey Kong. It's classic Donkey Kong as well. So I actually have. I keep looking off camera. I have them I have the Donkey Kong display case or display rack where it's the level of Donkey Kong. So I got Donkey Kong up top, then Diddy, and then Daisy and Rosalina, and then on the other side of my computer I have Boo and all them. I was going to put them back here, but I didn't.
At the bottom of your Donkey Kong rack, have you got your 8-bit Mario?
No, I don't.
You should put him at the bottom.
There, right there.
You should put him at the bottom because it fits.
But
it's Donkey
pipe.
Kong.
He's got the pipe underneath of him.
Well, he starts the level. He jumps out the pipe, then he goes up after Donkey Kong.
Technically, there is that barrel at the bottom of the level. You know what I mean, where the barrels go in and they light on fire. So that would be something. I really do. I'm telling you, man, I really like these amiibo. They did a really good job with them.
So there's no gross stands this time, like plastic stands or.
What do you mean?
Support stands.
None of that. And this is so the Diddy Kong one. This is why I like it so much. Because this is something I had said to you originally when they first started doing these. Why are they not sitting on things? Or, why do you have to put the stand there? Diddy Kong is sitting on top of a barrel. Where in the Smash line, it probably would have been a stand. Up his rear.
Yeah, and that's because it's in the Smash line, they were constrained by how the trophies in the game were designed.
Yeah, no, I know that.
They didn't want to come away from that.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Poor decision, I think.
I think so too. I think they should have made separate. I think at that point in the game, but I don't know how long they were into the game, and that might have been a problem. But how hard it would have been to change the figure? You know what I mean? The in-game figure trophy. I don't think it would have been that difficult. Do you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe they just shouldn't. They should have had the same characters, but just design them from scratch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They should have said, hey, we're going to design each from scratch, and then take that and scan it into the game. That's what I'm saying. They'd have to, in order to make these, they got to 3D render them. You can't just, you know what I mean? And so they should have been able to take that render.
I guess they were trying to save money.
Possibly. That's possibly so. The other thing I'm geeking out about is the. Did you see this? They're going retro with this classic mini. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, they opened that hotline for a few days.
Yeah. But they're going to open the hotline for 3 days, and I am calling. I'm going to call a couple times. I'm going to have fun with these people. I'm going to record. I'm going to record it. I'm actually going to record.
Oh, that's going to be so good, man.
So, when I was a kid, I used to call all the time because we didn't have the internet. And, you get stuck on a game. It was you'd be stuck for days, but you loved the game. You wanted to keep playing. So I would sneak into my parents' bedroom, and I would call the hotline. And the problem was you would call, and either you'd be on hold forever, or it'd be busy forever.
So sorry to interrupt, but do you think they're going to have actual experts that know these games inside out? Or are they going to have people sitting there with guidebooks?
That's how it was back in the day. They were gigantic guidebooks.
Wouldn't it be nice though if you phoned you're almost like you're phoning a friend that knows a game inside out, and you say, "Dude, I'm stuck on this level," and they'll go, "Yeah, I know what level that is, and you've got to do this, this, and this."
That would be cool.
Rather than
but they never
wait a minute,
did that.
I'm going to look in a book.
Yeah, well, they never did that. They always looked in the books. So I would like it to be more authentic. But let's be honest, I'm going to call about something I could literally just look up on the internet. So I think it's more in good fun than
Yeah,
anything.
it definitely is. Yeah.
And that's where I'm gonna have fun with it. Like I'm gonna call and I'm gonna ask about Switch. And I'm gonna be like, playing this level on this new console called Nintendo Switch, and I'm like stuck here. And I'm gonna have fun with it and see how quick I can get hung up on and all that stuff. And just I'm gonna have a blast with this. I know I am. And,
How long? How many times can you call before they block you?
That's what I'm wondering too. I want to see how many times when I call back, they're like, okay. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna say, "Hey, this is Bobby, the Nintendo Guru." I'd like to do a few different ones. I'd like to call up and act like I'm starting the podcast, and be like, just my catchphrase and all that when I start the podcast, and then see if I can get them to respond in any way, and
that would be cool.
It would be fun. I'm gonna have fun with it. We'll see what happens. It'll probably be a flop. It'll be totally automated or whatever. Like you click a button, press 1 for Mario level 1-1, and you push it. And it's like, here's what you do. I'll be like, this stinks. But so what are you playing, Toby?
I am playing Battlefield 1 on PlayStation 4.
Here we go.
Here we go. So I have never been a massive shooter fan. I used to play Medal of Honor back in the day on PlayStation 1, a little bit on PlayStation 2. And I enjoy the Far Cry games, like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. But I've never really been into the modern Call of Duty games or Battlefields or anything like that. But this time, Battlefield 1's gone back to World War One, which is an era that I love. Like World War One, World War Two, like that old school realistic feel, And because I think a lot of these shooters, they look very fast paced and hard to get into. And I think that because it's World War One, the pace is slightly slower because the guns take longer to reload and it's more realistic. It is still, it's not like ultra realistic in that you move slowly, etc. You still run about really quickly and everything. But anyway, so I thought, my friend Mike's got it. I'll get it. We'll give it a go and we'll see what it's like. So I got it and then I turned it on. And one of the first things you do when you start the game is they want you to get sort of familiarized with the controls, I guess, and the way that when you in multiplayer, at least when you die, you respawn as another person. Mm-hmm. So in this little intro, you're playing this guy, and then you're going along, and it's like a battlefield, and then you get shot to crap, and then you die, and then when you die, the screen goes black. Mm-hmm. And your name of who you were pops up on the screen and a date from when they were born to when they died. And all these characters you're playing as at the start are like 19, 20, some of them are 18 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's so strange the feeling that gives you because you feel like it's such a waste of life, These people are just so young and they're just running into bullet fire knowing that they're going to die. They're just making inches every time. And because most of these shooter games, you don't think about the people dying because it doesn't seem real. But this just makes it seem a little bit more real than other shooter games. And anyway, after you've done that bit, you can get into the menu. You can do the campaign or you can go into multiplayer. Mm-hmm. So I tried a little bit of the first the campaign's broken into 5 separate sort of vignettes, they call them, but it's like a series of missions based on one particular person or crew of people. And the first one is based on a British tank, and you get to control the tank. You're like the driver, and you've got a crew of people inside the tank helping you out, and that's really awesome. Like you've got to go into this village and blow up these gun placements. And then when you do that, you get out, and then you've got to go through like a little foresty bit where you're sneaking ahead and you're killing these Germans that are they've got 45 positions. And then if you get spotted, then the tank will help you out and everything. So that was really cool. And then I jumped online I've only played one night online with Mike, but it is just so much fun. I know that you find it difficult to play first-person shooters because you get a little bit motion sick, but I don't know. This is just amazing how fun this is.
I've heard so many good things about this, especially the single-player campaign, to the point where it's got me going I think I should give this a shot. Because here's the thing. I always give especially with the newer generations, because they seem to be doing better and better and better with them in terms of the quality of the game, in terms of the fluidness of the characters and the controls and all that stuff. And like that's where a lot of the problem is with me, is if it's not running 60 frames or it's not smooth animations, that's where I start to get nauseous. A game like this, I'm assuming the graphics are really high fidelity.
Oh man, it is beautiful, and it does run like exceptionally smoothly. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking I need to give this a shot and go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've not noticed a single bit of slowdown playing it, and the multiplayer is just so fun because it's just mental. Like you can be like this, you can do like 10v10 death matches, or you can do like the bigger battles, which are like 32 versus 32, and in those battles you have access to tanks and planes and horses and all sorts of stuff. And there's like 4 different types of class that you can play as. So you can have assault, which is just like you got a machine gun and a pistol. You can have a medic, so you go around healing people, or you can be a support character that's got like a heavy weapon and is like good at blowing tanks up and stuff. And then you've got a scout, which is like the sniper rifle. So there's like different ways of playing, and if you're playing as one type of character and then you die, but you feel like you're not getting on with like the assault class or whatever, when you die you can choose a different class, so you can like try out different tactics during the online match.
That's pretty cool.
And it's just there's this like attack you can do. It's a bayonet charge, right? So if you press the R3 trigger, then you hold up your gun, you affix the bayonet at the end of it, and you go and you just run towards the enemy, like screaming, and like the screen goes a bit blurry, and you run people through with your bayonet, and it is just exhilarating.
You're nuts.
It's crazy, man. And you get gas, like people can throw gas grenades and that, and then you have to put your gas mask on, and that sort of obscures some of the screen, so you can only see a little bit. And it's just good fun. Really fun. You can I can't stop talking about it. You can like smash through doors as well, and everything's destructible. Like there's certain like buildings that you can just blow up. If you're in a tank, you can just destroy a whole windmill. Like people can be up in the windmill, like trying to snipe you, and you shoot a tank bullet, and it's
that's awesome.
Or like there's this one, you're in a village, and every single building in the village you can go in. Every single one you bust through the doors, and you can just run upstairs, bust through another door, you can just run through. Like there's just so many like different ways to go about these levels, and little hidey holes and windows to shoot out of and everything. So amazing. Loving it.
Are you done?
I'm done. I'm done.
I think I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know when or whatever, but like I said, it sounds very interesting. I gotta check. Maybe if they have a demo, I'll try it, and if it doesn't make me sick, then I'll get it.
I know you're Mr. Digital, but you could just get a physical copy, and if you don't like it, sell it.
That's true too. That's true. I could take it right back if it messes me up or whatever. Okay, so myself, I kind of went back into Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I knew you would.
And I am hooked bad again. I sold my town to Tom Nook.
I saw, man.
Yeah,
I saw your little video.
Oh, so basically what happens is you go in and you basically want to recreate your town. So Isabel's trying to talk you out of it. You keep pushing through. At this point, you need to make sure that you're a certain progression in the game. If you're not, it will just rebuild the town and you get nothing. But if you're over a certain point, and check Nintendo's official Twitter, they show the size of your town tree, what it should be. If it's a certain size, you'll be good to go. And so mine was well above that size. I had played that game for well over a year. And I got, so the way it works out is, he offered me 49 million bells for my town. And I was like, yeah, you could take this town. I'm good with that. Knock it out, baby. And then he offered me another 15 million for my inventory. So everything that I had collected over the past the game's been out for 4 years, but I played it for probably 2 years. I played for a year straight, steady, and then I slowed up after the year. Like, after I filled the museum, I'd pop in occasionally and play. So, about 2 years, give or take, of steady progress. But I was like, I'm not giving up my inventory. Like, I just kind of want my inventory. I don't want to start over that way. But it does, like, reboot your museum. So I had to collect, I have to start collecting all the fish again. I got to do all this stuff. So what I did was, because I had like a lot of hybrids and all that stuff, like I took some flowers that I wanted over to Tony's Town before I sold. And I actually took my tools too. Like I had like a gold fishing rod and a gold shovel, and I took that stuff and
sneaky clever.
Well, I dropped it at her town first. I'm not even going to go back for the tools, but I do want to go back for the hybrids because I had like gold roses and blue roses and all these different specialty flowers that I had Jacob's ladders, which you get when you have a perfect town. But I kind of wanted to have them just to have a back and start building my floral stuff again pretty quickly. So then what happens is after I denied doing the $15 million for my inventory, he offered me...
So you didn't want that?
No, I didn't want that. I wanted to keep my inventory because I wanted to be able to go back and buy stuff that I had already collected.
Okay.
So if I wanted like a furniture set, I could dip back in, go to Timmy and Tommy Nooks, and buy back everything.
Unless you want to like completely experience it from scratch again, like it doesn't.
Desire.
Yeah, I mean, because that would take you forever to build up that library again.
I mean, you're talking 2 years of like I would go to the stores every day and just buy the stores out every day for 2 years. That's a lot of inventory. I mean, you're not going to offer me 15 million bells, so I mean, it's a lot. So.
Well, the thing is, you end up having too much money and not enough to spend it on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's pointless to have, but whatever. So then the option is. Do you want to take a bulk payment of 49 million bells, or do you want to take a payment plan? And with the payment plan, they accrue interest as well. So I was like, what's the payment plan? And it would have kicked me up to 53 million bells, or 54 million bells, which I would get 540 million or 540,000 bells a week for 100 weeks. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather probably just have the steady flow of income every week than just taking a bulk. Because that way, too, I look at it and I go, I don't get crazy and go buying everything. You know what I mean? Like, I have to...
The thing is, imagine if you won the lottery in real life.
I would take payment plans.
Yeah, and you got a payment plan. Like, that's a very smart thing to do. Because, like you say, you can't waste it all at once. But I don't think you're ever going to spend enough each week. Like... You're going to have excess money at the end of each week, I think.
I looked at it like this. Like, the first couple of weeks, yes. Because I'll be steadily upgrading my house right away. So, like, today I'll buy the next expansion, build up. I'll have a full-scale mansion within a week and a half.
Yeah,
so that's where you'll essentially spend a lot of your money in the first week or two. But after that, you're really not going to spend the money. I mean, I could buy a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, why do I need it all at one clip? It doesn't matter. And I get a little bit extra, and it's nice to just get that steady. Like I said, it's nice to get that steady payment every week.
Exactly, yeah. And it will keep you coming back to the game. Like
exactly. But I love did Karina get the update?
Not yet.
It's a free update.
Yeah, she will get it.
It doesn't cost anything, so tell her to get it, man. And she has Amiibo cards. She has Amiibo figures. It's ideal for her. Tony,
you know what? I love the way they showed what you can do with Amiibo figures now.
Yeah.
And like scanning in like the Zelda ones and that. And I was like, this is like finally, I think, a game that has a decent reward for opening your Amiibo.
Absolutely. You
know?
And I said this on a Nintendo Dad's podcast. I was on it this weekend. I said this to them. I was like, this is what they should have done with Animal Crossing Amiibo in the beginning. If they would have done this, people would have bought them. They wouldn't have mocked them. They would have ate them up. You had a huge install base already. You gave us 2 games that are not really truly Amiibo or not really truly Animal Crossing games. So people were like, why do I want the Amiibo? Although I am very happy that I bought Happy Home Designer, because if you bought Happy Home Designer, you can link the accounts, and now I can move my furniture the way I did in Happy Home Designer.
Exactly. That's
that amazing. Was amazing. Did you guys play that at all?
Karina's got it, yeah.
Yeah, the moving furniture and stuff, is so amazing in Happy Home Designer. Like, I was saying all along, like, they need to keep this in the future. This is so easy. You just tap, spin, move stuff around. It's not that grabbing and sliding and all that. And it makes you decorating very quick and easy. Mm-hmm. So I was happy that stayed, or that I was able to link it. It was also, like, to me also, it's like a thank you for buying Happy Home Designer. Because, Definitely. Like, if you didn't buy Happy Home Designer and I did, it's like almost like a, hey, you bought this game, you supported us, thank you for it. Here's a little something extra for you that you that didn't buy it won't get it, and I do. So I'm happy about that. But the RV section is just a cool touch. I kept thinking, like, man, they're going to take part of the town away. Nope. It's a whole separate section.
Yeah.
It doesn't even affect the town at all. Like, you go off into this section, there's Harv over there just chilling out with his little tiny store, and just really, really nice touch, man. And I like the fact that, like, now you can bring in any villagers you want. Like, I control who's in my town, not the game. And I was talking to Devin Bless. She's in the Nintendo Guru group, but I know her from a New Jersey Amiibo group that she started a while back. And she messaged, or she posted and said, the cool thing about this is I scanned a card in, but my town was full of villagers. In the past, you couldn't add people that were full. So when she scanned it in, it said, your town is full, but pick someone that you want to leave and we'll remove them. And it did. Evicted them out, and the next day her character was moving in. And I was like, that is amazing. Like, that's what it's all about right there for me. Because I'm like, every time I have this one favorite character, named Bill, he's a duck, and I love him. I've had him in every iteration of Animal Crossing. And I fell in love with him on the GameCube version, and that's the one I've always had. And I'm like, I love this goofy little guy, and so now I can bring him in again because he left. He came and he left, and I was like devastated that he left. And I'm like, so it's not devastated. Let's not get over dramatic. But I didn't like the fact that he left, and I was like, that's messed up, man. And it kind of actually did make me slow down the playing a little bit because I was like, I had no control over him leaving. He just bailed on me one day. So yeah. So that's what we're playing. Let's jump into our first topic, and you threw this topic at me this week, and I kind of agree with it, and I kind of want to see what you think and what we're going to be with this. But, so, you're married, I'm married, and the question is basically, we buy this Switch that's supposed to be typically like a home console to some degree, but you can also take it on the go. Are we going to have to buy multiple Switches for, like, you and Karina, me and Tony? Like, how does this work out? How does this happen? Like, what happens if you have kids and all that stuff? Like, what exactly is the game plan? But the other thing, too, is that you made a valid point was, at some point they're going to have to sell these tablets on their own. Or you would think it'd be a good idea to sell the tablets on their own.
Yeah.
Because if you have 3 kids and all your kids want it, then you're essentially stuck with one. And if you go on the go, then you have one that's going on the go, where it makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah, it was interesting because at first I was thinking, all right, this is a home console. It would be ridiculous to sell it separately because you want to be able to play it on your TV. The whole idea of Switch is that you can play it different ways. But if you start selling it separately, you can only play it one way.
Yes.
And so I thought, like, nah, they'll never do it. But then I was laying in bed and I was like, I was playing my 3DS and I was thinking, well, Karina's got a 3DS. I've got a 3DS. Like, we have games on our 3DSs that we've got multiple copies of so we can play together. Yeah. You know, and when the new Animal Crossing comes out on Switch, which we assume it will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Then what's going to happen then? Like, is Karina going to need to get her own Switch? Yeah. Or if she does, then are they going to sell it separately? Or are we going to end up with multiple docks in the house?
That's the kicker that for me, when you said that, I thought, you're right. Because what if, let's just take a hypothetical here. Let's just throw it out here and go, we'll use Sean Capri as an example. So he's married to Chelsea. They're both avid gamers. They both play a lot. And then my first thought was, well, of course they would have 2 docks. No big deal. But Chelsea's pregnant. So let's just fast forward and say that Switch was happening when their child is 10 years old. Now they have to buy a third for the kid. You know what I mean? And, well, but they don't need a third dock. Like, why would you need a third dock at that point?
Yeah.
And especially for people that, like I'll throw another example I use, like Jason Hoffner, who is a good friend of ours. He's in the Nintendo Guru group. I've been on numerous amiibo hunts with him. Let's say, I know he's got 3 boys, his wife, and him. They all game. He's literally got to buy 5 Switches. Of course they want the 5 Switches to play, but they want the tablets. They don't have to have 5 docks. They probably don't even have 5 TVs in the house.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do in this situation?
Exactly. And in Nintendo's marketing video for the Switch unveiling, they had multiple situations where different groups of friends had, like, everyone brought their own Switch to the park, and they put them next to each other, and you had 2 people playing NBA or 3 people playing at once. So they are advertising that they want people to play multiplayer games on various Switches together.
Yeah.
So why can't you do that in the home?
Yeah.
So, but then does that mean, like, they must sell it separately at some point, because otherwise it just does, that whole thing just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because like I said, if I don't need multiple docks, like, I know guaranteed, probably not day one. It depends on what their launch lineup is. If they come out with Splatoon and Mario Kart day one, then yes, me and Tony are buying 2, because I know she loves Mario Kart, I know she loves Splatoon, and she's going to want to play. But we have 2 TVs hooked up down here. I have 2 TVs on my wall. That's the whole reason why we did this, so that way we could play together. But when Animal Crossing hits, like, if, let's say, hypothetically, Mario Kart and Splatoon don't come right away, like on the original Wii U. We didn't buy a Wii U until Mario Kart hit. When Mario Kart 8 hit, it was 1 week later. She was like, what did it was, we were playing Mario Kart 8 in groups from the Nintendo Guru Facebook group. And every weekend, every Friday night, Saturday night, we'd get like anywhere from 8 to 12 people all coming in and playing. Now, we would play together on the same TV. But what would happen is, if I ever did tournaments, which I was doing at that time, it never tracked her scores. Never tracked her points. It would track it while she was there. The minute I left, she'd lose her points and start back at 0. So, and a couple of times, like, it would glitch out, and we would get kicked, and we'd have to come back in, and she'd start back at 0. And she was getting frustrated, because she's like, I'm here, and I'm racing, and I'm doing all this, and I can't place. And she's like, it's not fun for me anymore. So we went out and bought a second Wii U, so that way she could play and I could play, plus the ability to play on, like, a big screen together and not have that split screen was more enticing for us. So we've already determined we're buying 2. That's a given. We're definitely buying 2 no matter what. The matter if I can get 2 at launch is going to be the question. But if we can get 2 at launch, we're buying 2 at launch. And that's basically where we're at with us. Now, if we had a kid, would I really want a 3rd dock? You know what I mean? Like, because here's the thing, and this is why I think it's a pertinent question. If you're playing, right, and you leave, okay, let's say we're brothers. You're playing, and you get up and go because you got to go to the park or something like that to meet up with your buddy, but you want to take your Switch, so you go. And I still have my Switch, and I'm like, oh, you're leaving, Toby? Okay, I want to play on the TV. I don't need to put my Switch into my dock. I can just drop it into your dock. So essentially, you're going to have one dock hooked to one TV. And let's say, because as of right this second, I didn't buy a second big screen TV yet for my second TV. I have a big 52, and then I have like a 32. Well, let's say that Tony wants to come down and play on the TV, and I'm not here. Maybe she doesn't want to play on the little TV. Maybe she wants to play on a big TV. She could drop her tablet into my dock that's hooked to my TV, and she could play on that one. So with that said, you don't need multiple docks, I think. I don't know how much a dock is going to cost people, like in the big picture of the package. So, but even if it's like a $50 decrease in price, that's a nice little caveat to have. You know, that's a nice little thing to have that, like, I know you would appreciate $50 off.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you know, if I bought one that came with the dock, and then I was thinking about getting another one, but I didn't want to pay the extra for the extra dock, like, that would be a big purchasing decision. Is like, if I could get, like you say, £50 off, or even like £30 off, like, that's a big incentive to think, okay, I'll bite the bullet. I'll get a second one. You know.
And at the end of the day, here's my feeling. At the end of the day, Nintendo's not losing that $50 or whatever. Because let's be honest, if you bought a Switch that was the tablet, and maybe that's the answer to do, sell the tablet by itself with no game included. And then you're going to want a game, so you're going to buy a game with it. Now, at the end of the day, they've made up their loss of $50 to some degree.
Yeah.
And some. You know what I mean? Because they're really not losing the dock. They're not selling the dock. So you've basically taken that tablet with the Joy-Cons and all that, sold it. I come along, I grab a game because you're going to want a game with it, and then go. And they're not losing anything, I don't feel. I think it's the opportunity to gain sales, ultimately.
Here's a crazy idea, right? What if the dock is the only way to charge it?
I don't buy that because they got to have a way for you to do it when it's on its own. There is if the dock is the only way to charge it, they are done. They've lost.
That would be a big mistake.
That's a huge mistake because you're limiting people taking it on the go because people are going to think twice before they go on the go. Because think about it. What if you're playing? Excuse me. You're playing a game. Let's say you're playing Breath of the Wild, and maybe you can only save at certain points of the game. Now you're out on the go, and all of a sudden you see your battery's about to die, and you got to scramble to find a place to save, and you don't make it, and you lose all that progress. People are gonna be livid, and that's it. And they're gonna start complaining, and they're gonna start. So I don't see that being the only way to charge it. It can't be. There's no way. So
it's ludicrous.
It's very ludicrous. I don't even know why you brought it up. Okay?
Yeah, I was just.
That was one of those things you said it, and the minute it came out, you were thinking like, "Why did I say that?"
Well, no, I said it because I was playing devil's advocate. Because like that would be a reason why they couldn't sell it separately.
That's
from the
true, but I just don't see. Now I know that they'll come up with a million reasons why they have to sell it with it, and I know the Nintendo fanboys are going to call us crazy right now and say like, "It's got to be sold together. You can't sell it separate." But at the end of the day, if you dropped it by $50, and I'm just throwing $50 there, I don't know what that dock costs. You know what I mean? But if you lowered the price a little bit and offered people the ability to buy additional ones for their house, for their kids, you're going to move a lot more. That's why traditionally, like, look, why does the 3DS sell a lot more consoles than the Wii U? Yes, there's issues with it in an overall nutshell, but at the end of the day, you're buying multiple copies, multiple 3DSs for your kids. You know what I mean? Like Jason Hoffner, he's got all his kids have them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's something where you go, oh, $200. Okay, you get one. You get one. You get one. You know what I mean? But like the thing's $300-$400.
You know, what if though? The Switch was more popular as a handheld device than a home console device. If people prefer to play it as a handheld and they prefer to just pay for the handheld version on its own, then they might drop the dock entirely. Like I don't think they will, but no,
I don't think they would ever drop the dock entirely.
But like, I get what you're saying. It could be more successful if they just sold it as a handheld.
I think what you do is you give people options. You know what I mean? And I think that if you throw the options out there, it gives people... Because here's another thing. Let's say that I look at it and I go, man, I'm throwing fake prices because I don't know what this thing's going to cost. But let's say with the dock it's $300. Without the dock it's $250. And someone's sitting there going, well, because here's what you do. You go, if you buy the bundle with the dock, you also get a game for free. Boom, go. You don't buy it, you just buy the console. You got to buy the game separate. That would be a way to kind of like make up, Nintendo make up a little bit of money or whatever. But that's irrelevant. But I think that let's say someone goes, I just really want the handheld. I don't want the dock. I'm not going to buy it. Right? So now they buy it, and then all of a sudden they go, a couple months later, they go, man, I really like to play this game on TV. I'm going to go buy the dock. Because they're going to go buy the dock. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Yeah, so, they need to have a choice.
But if you give them the options, again, my main reason to give the options is if you have a family that has 4 kids, 3 kids, 2 kids, and they don't want a bunch of these docks laying around the house. Yeah. That's ultimately where it boils down to.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and now, I'm assuming you're buying 2.
Not right away.
No, not right away, but at some point you'll have 2.
But yeah, because I'm sure that Karina will want to upgrade from a 3DS, and especially when Animal Crossing comes out, then I'm sure she'll want to play that quite a lot. So I think we'll need to get another one at that point.
And I'm the same way. So now the other question I wanted to throw at you this week was, there's a lot of things that Sony and Microsoft do that we feel get a free pass compared to Nintendo. Just one example that I'm going to throw in, and I know you have an example you want to go over, but I have 2 examples. One is the battery life of the Switch. Like, everybody's freaking out right now about the battery life that this tablet's going to get and all that stuff. But then when you look at things like the PS Vita, that doesn't have huge battery life. When you look at the PS4 controller, it doesn't have hardly any life compared to the Wii U gamepad. Well, not the gamepad. The gamepad and the
Pro controller.
I think the gamepad and the PS4 controller are right around the same battery life if you bought the extended battery.
Yeah.
But the Pro controller, that Pro controller, I literally got 2 of them unplugged. I could go turn them on right now, and they both fire up, and they both work perfectly. And they haven't been on the charger for over a month. It's just insane, the battery life that thing gets. But then for me personally, one of the biggest things was the memory. Everybody tore the Wii U up for a 32 gig memory and a hard drive, but on the PS4 they give a 500 gig. I'm not going to include the Xbox One, because with the Xbox One you can throw an external hard drive on it and you're good to go. But with the PS4, the only way that you could add memory is to open it up and add the memory. Now, I bought the PS4 2 years later, so I was looking at that and I go, I need to upgrade the memory right away. But someone like you didn't buy it right. You bought it closer to launch.
Yeah.
You didn't know that memory was going to eat up so quickly. And now, in order for you to upgrade, you got to basically transfer all your games. You got to get a flash drive, go download the OS to the flash drive. Got to be a particular flash drive. You can't use any flash drive, which is nonsense. Because I literally had to go out to the store and buy a brand new flash drive because the flash drive at the house didn't work.
Yeah.
And then you have to go buy a certain size hard drive, install it, all that stuff, and then, I mean, it's not a huge deal when it's a brand new PS4. It's a bigger deal when it's later on.
Sony do offer the 1 terabyte models as well, so I think that's good, like, of Sony to do that. I mean, the free pass thing, like, that's, for me, the hard drive space isn't quite as an issue as it is for you. I mean, I do think that they shouldn't, obviously they should offer more considering the size of the games.
The 1 terabyte just started now. So that to me is not, like, you're okay with it, but it just started now. Like, yeah, I mean, when I bought my PS4, there was no 1 terabyte option. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
But for me, like, the thing that really irks me is that with Virtual Console, right? So, Sony has offered PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games, Virtual Console, maybe not PlayStation 3 actually, PlayStation 1 and 2, but on the PlayStation 3 you could buy those, but your purchases didn't carry over to PlayStation 4. Yeah. And nobody cares about that. Nobody gives Sony any crap about that. That's but true. when you mention Virtual Console games on Wii to Wii U, like, I know you could pay, like, you could transfer them, because it's awkward because it emulates the Wii. Yeah. And you can, if you want to play it as a Wii U Virtual Console game, you have to pay to upgrade. But, like, everyone's, like, giving Nintendo crap about a unified account system. They want all of their Virtual Console games for free forever on every new console. Yeah. Like, but nobody says anything about Sony's Virtual Console games.
Sean is really adamant about this. Like, every time I talk to him, that's his biggest thing. He's like, I'm not buying Super Mario Bros. 3 again. It's not going to happen. I think that's where Nintendo has the issue, is because they've done it multiple times. Meaning, I bought Super Mario Bros. 3 the first time on the NES. Then I bought it on the Game Boy Advance. Then I bought it on my DS. Then I bought it on my Wii. Then I bought it on my 3DS. Then I bought it on my Wii U. That's 6 times that I bought that game. That's ridiculous. Now,
the thing is,
where Sony and where Sony is getting the free pass is this is the first time. Like PS3 to PS4, okay, that's the first time they're doing this. What I don't feel like Sony should get the free pass for is they're charging you for this garbage PS Now in order to get it. And that's where
for the PS3 games, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I have a bigger issue is you want me to buy this garbage streaming network that you have in order to play old games. And if I own it, I shouldn't have to pay for it again that way. Like, I should be able to play it somehow. Like, Xbox did it. Xbox found a way to go back and backwards compatible. It's not every single game. And I'm hoping that Switch does something very similar with the Wii U, where maybe digital games carry over. You know, maybe that's the way you do it. Like, if I bought Mario Maker on my now I did hear a rumor this week, and I'm kind of curious how this is going to pan out. Apparently, Nintendo is going to launch Mario Kart, Smash, and Splatoon at launch. A definitive version, like a greatest hits version or whatever. It's going to have all the DLC that was in it, plus additional stuff. Now, where the rumor gets a little weird for me and makes me think, like, I don't buy this, but it's something to talk about, and I think it's kind of interesting. What they're saying is let's say you own the physical copy of this. Mm-hmm. You take it back to GameStop, and it's an even swap. So you give them your copy, and they give you the brand new Switch copy.
Or maybe a small upgrade fee with it.
Possibly. But that's kind of interesting. Now, me as someone that owns it digitally, it's kind of like, well, I get screwed for buying it from you digitally. That's kind of messed up. But I don't really care at this point. It's kind of just interesting talking point for me because I'm just like, I've never heard of something like this before in terms of games. So it does two things for me. It makes me go, damn, Nintendo, you really give a damn about the fans and not trying to burn them with the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because everybody's always sitting there complaining like, oh, I bought the Wii U and it's garbage, and which stop the nonsense. One of the best consoles in terms of games. Like, look at the Metacritic scores on all their games. Like, they rank so high on everything. I did a top 10 list with the Nintendo dads this week, and I'm like, what games do I pick? I got 10 games here, and there's a whole boatload of games I left off the list. Like, it's insanity how many good AAA titles are on that thing.
You know what? I noticed that the other day because I was talking to my brother about getting an Xbox One if it's cheap enough on Black Friday.
Yeah.
But then he said, "Why do you want one?" I said, "Well, for rare replay, you know." And he said, "Well, you don't just buy it for one game." So I was like, all right, I'll Google the Xbox One exclusives. Yeah. Sure, there are exclusive, but mostly it's Forza and Halo and Quantum Break. You know. Yeah. I'm not really into those games. Yeah. So, and then I think, all right, so what about Nintendo exclusives? Like, on the other hand, like, why do I like Nintendo consoles? Because of Nintendo exclusive. And there are so many more exclusive games on Nintendo platforms. And I think, all right, there might not be as much third party, but you can only get a lot of these games on Nintendo platforms, so that's why people buy Nintendo consoles.
Absolutely, and for me, I look at it and I go, if they do this, and if they just turn around to me and they go, hey, we see Splatoon's on your Nintendo ID account, you own it, you get this game for free or a small upgrade, like I would look at Splatoon, Mario Kart, Smash. I personally would buy all three of those over again if they give me the entire game, all the DLC, plus new content. I'll buy that thing full price and go. I don't need it to be $50 or $40. I'm fine paying $60. I know.
So you want like a Game of the Year edition?
I want a Game of the Year edition with additional content. So I want Mario Kart 8. I want everything that was on that I had on my Wii U version of Mario Kart 8. Plus, I want 2 new circuits. 2 brand new circuits, maybe 4 new circuits, because it's been a while since we got anything. It's been almost, 2 years since we got anything new. I would take, give me 16 new tracks, some new characters, some new carts. I'm fine with that. I'd pay it all day long. Splatoon, give me all the levels that came with it, all the map packs, all the gear. Give me new gear, give me new map packs. I'm good to go. I'll buy it day one, gone. Smash, What I'd really like to see him do a Smash, and I know it's a little bit more difficult, but what I would really, really love to see him do a Smash is give me all the DLC, all the content from the Wii U and the 3DS on the same console, on the same package.
Yeah.
Plus more content. Give me. Plus, dude, if they come out, and I know they're going to do it, everybody's freaking out. This is what I really feel they're going to do in my gut. They're going to do an Amiibo 3 with Bayonetta, Corrin, and Cloud. They're going to come out with the Smash. They're going to want to push that Smash game. They're probably going to do a pack-in. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're going to do a pack-in where you could buy maybe one.
If that was the only way to get them, oh my god! Like they would sell so many copies.
Without a doubt. If they said here's $60 plus a 3-pack, or if they said here's $80 and you buy a 3-pack of Amiibo, you know what I mean? Like you guys didn't get many 3-packs in the United Kingdom, right?
No,
we got a lot of 3-packs. But if they just said like here's the 3-pack, here's the game, go, they would sell like crazy here because people want that Cloud Amiibo so bad. It's not even funny. Cloud and Bayonetta are the top dogs, I think.
Definitely, yeah.
Corrin, I like Corrin because I loved Fire Emblem. So I think there's a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity, man, for them to sell a boatload of these things. And that's what I'm ultimately looking at. I would love to see.
Tell you what, though, I don't think, if I was given it, even for a straight swap from Wii U game to Switch version, like for the same game, I wouldn't do it because these Wii U games are going to be rare.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
very rare.
Nobody bought these Wii U games.
No.
So,
I mean, well, people bought them, but not what Nintendo's used to selling. You know, think about Mario Kart. If you think about Mario Kart for Wii U, I think they sold 35 million copies.
Yeah.
Not for Wii U, for Wii. They sold 35 million copies of the Wii version. For the Wii U, they sold 6 million. Was it 6
million? I thought it was 8.
Maybe it was 8. You probably
anyway a lot
more than half. It was 60% of the. So we know they sold 12 million Wii U's.
Yeah.
60% of that was copies of Mario Kart 8. So 8 million. Let's say 8 million copies of that game. That's not a lot of copies of that game at all. Wind Waker I think sold 4 million copies. That's not a lot of copies. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I bought Devil's Third. I did not to play it.
I'll tell you what.
Nobody's buying that game.
I'll tell you what. That game is going to be worth a lot of money. I think 20 years down the line, you watch. That'll be the game that everybody's like, oh, you should have bought it. You should have bought it.
Yeah.
That's where I regret some of my digital purchases. Like, I had Splatoon, right? Yeah. So, but I have 2 copies of Splatoon. Well, no, we bought digital on both. But Mario Kart 8, I do have 2 copies. Because we had one that came with Tony's Wii U, but I have the digital on mine. Mario Maker, I bought that physically. Wind Waker, I bought physically. Twilight Princess, I bought physically. I think the one that's going to be worth a lot of money is Nintendo Land.
Do you think?
I think it's because one of them rare, quirky games that like are just kind of out there.
I think it'll be like that Fire Emblem Cross. I got Tokyo. That. Yeah, that one. I haven't got that. So
that game I think is worth a lot of money too. Yeah. Really do, because that's one of those rare games. You know, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is what it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
It's such a good game too. I think you would really truly like that game. Xenoblade Chronicles. I got the collector's edition of that. And that came with a book and all that stuff. Like there's a lot of potential on. I got Lego.
Yeah.
Under the cover.
And we could do a whole topic on obscure Wii U games that will be worth a ton.
We should do that next week. But you know what? We're not going to jump into this new topic. You know what? Let's do it. We're going to do the new topic, but I think we need to iron this out. I don't know whether it's something we do once a month or we do it every week. Well, let's see where we go with this first off. But the new topic or the new segment is going to be called "Dude, You Got to Try This." This is Toby's idea. This is brain trust. So, essentially what it is we just want to talk about something that the other one is doing that they really want the other one to try out. So, obviously it's games. What's your game that you want me to try?
My game is Gurumin 3D.
Gurumin 3D.
Gurumin 3D. It's a 3DS game.
Okay.
Digital game. I believe it originally was on PC, like something ridiculous, like 10 years ago. It's quite an old game, and then it came to PSP, but now it's on 3DS.
Okay.
And it's like a action adventure RPG game.
Okay.
You play as this little girl. It's 3D, and it's all sort of cartoony graphics. And you go around, and you've got this. You start off in this little village or this little town, and there's like a hole in the wall, and you sort of crawl into this hole in the wall, and you go down this alley, and it turns out there's this alternate dimension, like monster village in this alleyway, and you go in there. There's like monsters, like they're friendly monsters, but then like their village gets destroyed by this evil guy. So, and you decide that you're going to help them repair their village, and they give you this weapon. It's like a drill, and it's like a spear, but it's a drill at the same time, and you basically go around these levels, destroying things with your drill, killing enemies, and then at the end of the level, you collect like an item, and then you take it back to the village, and then you give it to one of the monsters, and they put it in their house, and they start rebuilding, and it's almost got like
that. You know what? That actually sounds like something I would like. I'm gonna give it a go.
The levels like are a little bit like dungeon like and in like Zelda-y sort of light puzzle elements and stuff. There's like secret walls you can destroy. The music's really good in it, and it's cheap. I think it's £15.
That's not bad. I'll give it a shot.
$15 or something.
I'll try it. So the one I want you to try, this is a classic game.
Yeah.
It's on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's called ActRaiser.
ActRaiser.
This game is so good. One of my all-time favorite games on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's available for you. That's why I'm not.
I think it might be.
You should really. If it is, it's probably $10 or $7. You know what I mean? This game is. It's what the beauty of this one. ActRaiser 2 is garbage. ActRaiser 1 was so amazing. You start off as a little cherub, and you have like a simulator, so you're over town, and you're basically God, and people will come to you and pray and say like, "We need your help. The wheat fields are being attacked by monsters, and we got." So then you take this overworld view, and you start like shooting these sky demons that are trying to burn up the crops and all that, and you see the people running around and building up the crops and watering them, and then they start building houses, and then eventually you can go off, and the game shifts to a side-scrolling fighter game, like a beat 'em up game. And then so you go through the level, and when you get to the end, there's a boss you beat, and when you beat the boss, you come back, and then you're back into the sim version of it, where you're building houses, building farms, and like the population's rising, and you're defending them, but you're also helping them grow. And they'll come and they'll say like, Father, there's a road blocked and we can't get through, and we're praying to you to please fix this road. And you look down and there's a boulder that's blocking the road, and you gotta like use lightning to destroy the block. And then all of a sudden you see them all scrambling, and they start like building in new sections, and it's really a lot of fun. And I think you, as a person that likes RPG-ish type games, but you also like fighting like type games as well, like beat 'em up type games and all that, like you would really, really like this game. So that's a game I want you to try.
I will try it because I've heard many people recommend it before, so I would like to see what all the hype is about with this game.
I think you'll enjoy it. So
we should. All right. So if we get these, we'll report back in maybe a couple of episodes' time.
Let's do 2 weeks. So what we'll do is we'll do the recommendation this week, and not next week. The week after, we'll report back and talk about it. About what we thought, and that'll be the thing. And then what we'll do is we'll grab another game, and then in 2 weeks, we'll report back again. So I think it'll be fun. But let's do this too. If you're listening right now, and you want us to try something, and you think that like, hey, Bobby and Toby would really like this, recommend it to us. And if we like it and we think it'll work, we'll read the recommendation on the air, and then we'll try it, and we'll come back and report to you guys. So I think just tweet at us at @the_Geek Cast pod, and that'll be how we go from there. So
cool. Shall we play this game?
What game?
I've got a game. Remember I told you I'd bring in a little game for the end?
I didn't know you were going to bring a game. Okay, go ahead.
It's only a game that, like, it's you versus me, basically. It's not like...
Yeah.
It's true or false.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So the game is called Bobby's Done His Dollar. Okay.
What? Bobby's done his dollar.
Yep. So Basically, the premise is that you've bought a job lot of 10 games on eBay, but you're not sure which of these games are real and which of these games are fake. So I'm going to read you out 10 names, and you've got to say whether they're real or fake.
Real games.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll score a point for every one you get right.
Okay.
And you've got to get, let's say, more than 5 right to win.
Okay.
So there's 10 games, right?
Okay.
So the first game on your job lot eBay list is Daikon Daki. Is that real or is that fake?
It's real.
I'm sorry, Bobby. It's fake. I made that one up.
Okay. This
All
is
right.
going to be rough. This is going to be hard.
The next game on this list is Princess Tomato in Salad Kingdom.
Fake.
I'm sorry, Bobby. It's real.
This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest game in the world.
It's an NES game.
This is ridiculous. Go ahead. What's the next one?
All right. The next game is called Legend of Quest. I love seeing your face. You're so confused.
Real.
I made it up.
What the hell is going on here?
You got 3 wrong in a row. Come on.
Okay.
Do better, Bobby.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
All right. The next one on the list.
So stupid.
Are you ready for this?
Good.
Spanky's Quest.
True.
Yes, that's real.
I've heard that before. That's
You've
why
heard of that.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
All right, you get a point.
So 3 wrong, 1 right.
Yeah. The next game. Sticky Balls.
Real.
That is real.
I figured the only reason I picked that was I figured that's such a weird name that you would throw that in there. Me thinking like nobody would name a game called Sticky Balls. Okay, so 3
you
wrong.
wait till you do some other ones.
3 wrong, 2 right.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Romance of the Spider Phantom.
True.
No, it made it up.
Oh my God.
Why would you pick that?
Why would you make that name up?
Romance of the Spider
Who knows, man? Oh God.
Oh man. All right. Punky Skunk.
True.
That is real.
Oh my God. So wait, where are we at? We're 4 wrong, 3 right.
Yep, you got 3 points.
Oh my God.
Right.
That means I have to get all the rest right.
No, you only need to get 2 more.
2 out of 3. Okay.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Lemon Lickers.
Fake.
That's fake.
Woo! All right. So here we go.
Right.
I got 2 questions. I got to get 1 right in order to be successful.
Let's see.
The drama's mounting. At least I brought it back and made it like interesting now.
Yeah, you're calling it back, right?
Yeah, okay.
Spatula Simulator.
What the hell? What the hell? Seriously. Spatula Simulator. That's fake. You made that up.
I did make that up,
Yes!
Bobby. All right, so
Yes!
you win the game.
Woohoo!
Let's do the last one for a bonus point.
Okay, bonus one.
Ninja Hamster.
That's real.
That is real.
Woo! I brought it back.
What about you won?
I earned my cred. Thank you.
You're going to get a full refund on your job lot of games.
Oh my God. That is ridiculous. Holy cow. That was like, well, listen, when I went down 3 and didn't get any right, I was like, this is going to be horrible. I'm not going to get any of these right. I'm going to be the laughing stock. I pulled it back together.
Yeah, I can't believe you called that back.
Me neither, man. Holy cow. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, watching us on YouTube, all that good stuff. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Definitely check us out on YouTube. We changed up the formatting. We're side by side now on the video. We have a nice little pretty border and all that stuff going on now. It's a lot of fun. Stop shaking your head. Knock it off. So follow us on the Twitters at @_Geek Cast Pod. That is all. Peace out, Cub Scout.
See me later.
Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't Sean doing it as well?
Sean's going to be doing it as well. And then the Nintendo dads are doing it as well. Now, that's what happened was I was chatting with them because I was going to log on to play with them.
Yeah, all right.
Splatoon, I was like, and then all of a sudden I was like, I saw a message. I'm like, wait a minute. And I go, oh, Toad, I thought I had an hour. I was legit going to play for an hour. And I was like, oh, man, I'm messed up. So, I got to pull up the show notes. 1 second here. Let me see. Normally I'm like all ready and set to go, and now I'm all discombobulated and stuff. All right, so we got the partners question that you had, and then we're going to do the free pass. Like, why does Sony and them get a free pass, but Nintendo doesn't seem to? Correct? Partners like wives and kids and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, about an additional Switch. Like, are we going to buy additional Switches and all that? And, okay.
Also, I've got the game at the end, and then the game recommendation.
What do we want to call that spot?
You tell me, man.
So it's basically it's a recommendation of something, correct?
Of probably either an obscure game or just a game that we really like that you don't hear people talk about very often. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have to do it at all. I mean, I just thought.
No, I like the. I like it. Hold on 1 second. I gotta raise my. If I can, I gotta raise my. Do you hear me okay when I'm talking?
Yeah.
Because Josh Stapleton messaged me the other day and was like, "You sound a little low on the podcast."
Yeah. I mean, I was a bit loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was closer to the microphone than you were. I don't know.
That could be. Because I'm looking now. Yeah, I'm good. I just have to make sure I lean in when I talk rather than like out here. Because out here the volumes are down, but then when I move in, it seems like it goes up a little bit. So okay.
Yeah.
As far as the new thing, do you want to just call it? You need to play this, or you need to?
I don't know, man. This? I don't know. I mean, have you picked a game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got something. I got something I think that you should try. Yeah.
Is it a new or an old game?
It's an older game. It's not real. I mean, it's Super Nintendo era. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not old. Like.
That is old.
It's not that. Come on, stop.
Yeah, it is, dude.
That's not
it's point. Like 25 years old.
What do you want? Something like now, like current?
Well, it can be any era. I'm just asking you what year your game.
I had something that I thought that you would really enjoy that was from the Super Nintendo era. That's why.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should just leave this topic for now until we come up with a proper name and that for it.
We can come up with a name now. That's ridiculous. You just don't want to play a Super Nintendo game. I will save this game now
I do
forever.
Play a Nintendo game, man.
Huh?
I do want to play. I love Super Nintendo games.
Okay, well, we're going to do it then. We're going to do it now.
I want Nintendo to bring out a Super Nintendo Mini with this game on it so I can play it.
You can get it from the Virtual Console.
Oh, can I?
Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
I think you can, because I don't know.
Is it Earthbound?
No. I would never throw that kind of fucking torture on you. That's a long game. Let's just call it, you need to try this.
Yeah.
We'll I'm going to title it that for now.
Okay.
Or Either you need to try this or you really got to try this.
Dude, you've got to try this.
Okay. All right, let's kick this off.
Is it on Wii U Virtual Console or?
I know it's on mine.
Right.
We'll just bring it up, and if you can play it, you can play. If you can't, then we'll figure something out. Let's just, we'll get to that point when we get there. Because the hard problem is, like, I know what's in my eShop, but I don't know what's in your eShop.
Yeah, and we noticed that your PlayStation shop is different.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, okay, let's kick this off.
All right, I'm ready.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 69.
Ooh.